kyapsu chi daki chunyen gi pe sunam ki drola penchir sangye drupa sho sangye churang soki chognam la jangchum bardu dagni kyapsu chi daki chunyen gi pe sunam ki drola penchir sangye drupa sho sangye churang soki chognam la jangchum bardu dagni kyapsu chi dagi chunyen gi pe sunam ki drola penchir sangye drupa sho.
I'll ask him at the next one.
Oh, can someone take this work?
Say again?
Would you like to go to health?
I don't know. I have to teach him to.
We'll just start on the homework. Sorry to interrupt your conversation, Gitch.
Yep.
True or false? Coffee cups are non-contradictory with being contradictory with sharing a relationship with working things.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you got a lot of nerve, mister. Excuse me.
The answer is no.
Yeah, so gang hit it, and what I did is I just put a sentence together, and then I kind of tried to deduce whether or not it was true or false. So, yeah, and if you want to know kind of how I was reasoning through it, this is what I was using here. So you could see the, so you can see non-contradictory with existence is equal to that which is non-existent. That which is contradictory with non-existence is equal to existence. So these two parts here, I'm going to leave us with that. And existence is contradictory with being contradictory with that. So this is essentially what the statement reduces to. Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, you should apologize. Okay, next.
Okay, so this one is false.
Just cancel out the two contradictory and you get them knocked.
Yeah. Totally. There was a thing though where never mind. I won't go into it.
You guys make sure Jasmine has a place to sit. Make sure she has.
Okay, true or false? Existence is contradictory with being non-contradictory with that which is contradictory with being non-contradictory with non-existence. Sorry.
No, this is his text. This is his text. This is where we are.
And it's not my fault. That's froze. Totally. Yeah. Totally. Good call.
Yeah. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
Bothering to read.
He flipped a coin and spoke with confidence.
Yeah, totally.
It's not hard.
No, it's not. Yeah. It's not. It's really not. And once you work with it enough, you can get to where you can reduce the elements just with a glance. Like you can kind of,
This one looks like it might be hard.
Yeah. So, true or false? If something.
When did you do this?
This morning, like 5 in the morning.
I think she did it.
I think it was Ava. If something shares a relationship with unchanging things such that to be it is to automatically be an unchanging thing, it is also something which is contradictory with being something that shares a relationship with unproduced things such that to be it is to automatically be something which is unproduced.
True.
Totally.
There's got to be static coming through this.
You actually thought that out?
Yeah.
Damn.
Because you could just cancel them out real quickly. Like non-contradictory.
Tool. Yeah.
Oh, that's too much for me this morning.
All right, and I came up, well, I didn't come up with a new.
I always wondered how you spell that.
The sexy Tibetan words, right? Thought about, yeah.
Okay, what's it mean?
What is, okay, what is ringja?
Similar.
Totally. And if I say shenla, ringja, it's the same for all other working things.
Good. By the way, this is the same as ring day.
Ring day.
Same.
How do you spell ring J?
For $50, what's the day we had yesterday? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Oh, we had
2, 1,
Oh, we had
0.
Oh, instead of Drell, it was Dre.
J-Kong.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Instead of Drell-Kong.
I'm saving money.
Mistake.
The way you put the syllogism together is poetry.
Yeah, totally. Good call. I wasn't expecting anybody to get that one. And I was a little bit,
The way you put the syllogism together was faulty.
Okay, so the way you applied your reasoning here is faulty. Is that okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
That was a great homework.
All right. I'll try to keep it up for next one.
She's proud of her dad. Look.
Oh, she's so great.
She's like, why couldn't we do midway, Dad?
Okay.
Okay, quick. We got a boogie.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Please read.
카책나래 텐준점 메바탈
Good.
두아테 마인 봄파데 마인 베치르사나 마캬.
Okay. There must be no such thing as dependent origination. Why? Because smoke is not that, and coffee cups are not that. And we say,
마캬.
why aren't smoke and coffee cups dependent origination? Why not?
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that.
Why aren't they in this school? Why aren't they in this school? Why aren't they? Why aren't they tenjungi delwa?
Dependent upon each other?
Yeah, because they're. By the way, he's treating them in one as singularities.
Okay.
Smoke's not a tendo, and coffee cup
Is not that.
is not tendo. Separately.
I still don't know exactly why,
Oh.
though. I mean,
Is this a relationship?
Okay. No, I mean.
No, they're just separate guys. They're not cause and effect. Got it?
mhm.
Okay.
So there must be no cause and effect because single things don't have cause and effect.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I'll say it again. Come on.
Yes.
There must be no cause and effect because a coffee cup doesn't have cause and effect.
Okay. Yeah.
Cause and effect, you have to have two things.
Right. Okay.
My cup. Just because coffee cup is one doesn't mean cause and effect don't exist in the universe. Okay, got it? Easy. Let's go. Next.
Cool.
2 minutes, mais deux ni temperature.
Yeah, you can't agree that there's no such thing as dependent origination in the universe because fire and smoke
That's your
are an
next-
example of dependent origination. Okay. Meaning one of the two types of causes for $10. 10
Identity and relationship.
No.
$10 shopping. Cheap. He's cheap.
That's
Okay. I disagree that smoke and fire are dependent origination. Go. Maduna?
Matrubla, mais two ni churchen, tangential yambartal, get j temperature.
Yeah, they are too dependent origination because they are
Cause and
Equal.
effect. Cause and result.
cause and effect.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because they are cause and effect. Okay. Got it? Why are you looking at me so blankly? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, next. I disagree that if something is cause and effect, it's dependent origination. Maduna?
Matrubla, mais two ni churchen, get j yambartal, penson keja, k j temperature.
Yeah, let's take smoke and fire. They are too cause and effect because they are mutually...
Exclusive.
Okay.
Because they are such that one is
One is the
producer and the other is the
Good.
produced.
One is the producer and
Yeah.
one is the produced. Okay? All right, let's go. New argument.
Kachignare, bompa church and tangential yambartal.
Yimbatao?
Tangential yambartal.
Yeah.
Ginje temperature.
Let's take a single coffee cup.
Yeah. Right.
Let's take a single coffee cup.
Yeah.
He says it is two dependent origination. Why?
Because it's a cause and
Because it calls in a result.
Because it's a cause and a because it's cause and result.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
True or false?
Kind of. I mean,
True or false?
It's false.
they're gonna say false.
True or false?
False.
But it doesn't share a relationship because. of
Okay, here we
that.
go. Madumna. If you disagree that a coffee cup is cause and effect,
Matrubna, bompa church and ginje yambartal, ginje nika yambe chirsana.
yeah. If you disagree that a coffee cup is cause and effect, you're wrong because a coffee cup is both a cause and an effect.
Right.
We said, what's that? My cup.
Oh, they're both.
I agree a
both
coffee
the
cup is
content
both a
Cause and
cause and effect. That doesn't mean it's
it's cause.
cause and effect.
Right.
Okay, good.
My
Now,
cup.
do we agree with his reason? Is a coffee cup both cause and effect?
It is.
Yeah, we do.
Subject to it.
Of course we have to agree because it's
Working thing.
it does something. Okay, it has to be a cause and an effect. Okay, got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's nothing in the universe which is
Which does something.
a cause and not an effect.
True.
There's nothing in the universe that does something which is a cause but not an effect.
Correct.
Okay? In the Abhidharma, the final moment of wisdom, just before you blink out of existence, is not a cause.
They say. And that's true.
Sorry, it's not an effect, right?
Yeah. Low.
Because it's not a cause.
Low.
Okay, this is Abhidharma system. There can be a final ngopo, working thing, that doesn't have a result because you blink out. $20 for the expression. You blink out. That's half of it. $20
Yeah.
shopping. $20. Your physical and mental components discontinue. Cut off. According to the lowest idea of nirvana. Okay, good. Okay, good. Here we go. Go, go, go.
Kachignare, Kabon Ni Church and Rikchi Yambartal, Rikki Chera Yape Chursana.
Let's take a coffee cup and a coffee table.
Oh, funny.
They are two, a general category which has members, because they have things in them which are
Oh, they're tired.
general, which are members of a group. Okay? Makyap. That's not necessarily the
Yeah,
case.
makyap.
Just because each one separately is a member of a group doesn't mean together they can be a group. Okay?
Okay.
Got it? Yay! Let's go. So Geshe-la has something in mind, obviously.
Kachignare, Ngopo Church and Bupadang Dak Chik Drill Yambartal, Bumpadang Dak Ni Chiki Gone, Tade Yambe
Yeah,
Chursana.
we're gonna close this up and okay, and we're gonna renumber from here. Okay. Okay. Kachinani, ngopo church. Bupadan dachi yimba tao. It is so the case that if something does something, it must be a
Coffee cup.
coffee cup.
Yeah.
Well, in this,
That to be
okay,
a
he
coffee
says
cup is
if something does something, it must be a member of the group called coffee cups. Okay, why?
because it's different than a coffee cup from the viewpoint of being such that to be it is to automatically be the other.
Good.
Right.
Okay. They do have a relationship where to be one is to be the other, because to be a coffee cup is to be a working thing, and they are separate.
Right.
Okay. But it's the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't say that. Makyo. Okay, we said not necessarily. Here we go, Maduna.
Machudna, Ngopo Church and Bumpadang Ni Chiki Gone, Tade Yambartal, Bumpadang Ni Chiki Yimba Kan Shik Tade Yambe.
This is not true in my opinion. Let's take working things.
Yes.
They are separate from coffee cups in such a way that to be them is to be a coffee cup,
Yes.
because A, to be them is to be a coffee cup, and B, they are separate.
It's yeah.
So I don't know. In my opinion, he's reversed it
Yeah.
illegally.
Yeah.
In my opinion, but maybe somewhere else it's okay. Please read. Takrene.
Tak Rene Drupte, Bumpe Chi Yambe.
Yeah, working things is a group of which coffee cup is a member. Therefore, I'm correct. Therefore, my two reasons are correct. But just because coffee cups belong to a group called working things doesn't, in my opinion, mean that working things belong to a group named coffee cups. Unless when you say Dr. Tudel, you can flip it either way, which is illegal in my mind.
Yeah. And
Okay,
the schema for Dr. Drill, again, is
to be, oh yeah.
X and Y. Or,
Blank A, B, and Dr. Tudel.
okay.
A, B, Dr. Tudel. Which means to be A is to be B. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Bumpa, ngopo dan Dr. Tudel. To be a coffee cup is to be a working thing. But
Yeah.
to be a
Bumpa
working
dan
thing
Dr.
is,
Tudel.
yeah, it's not necessary to be a coffee cup. But he's treating it as if it were. So we got a chedo.
Oh yeah, we just know this. Oh yeah,
We should
gotta-
look into it further when
Yeah.
we feel like it. Okay, Konda Duna.
Konda Duna, Ngopo Church and Bumpadang Dak Chik Drill Mayimbar Tao,
Yeah, that's what I would say. So there's something faulty about the above, okay? Let's take working things. To be a working thing is not necessarily to be a coffee cup, because if you canceled all the coffee cups in the world, you
It
wouldn't
doesn't exist
cancel
either.
all the working things in the world, okay? Yeah, so I was right.
Which is- Coffee cups not coffee cups not existing doesn't mean that working things doesn't exist.
Good,
Yeah.
just some working thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he said monkey. Okay, Kachinare.
Kachignare bumpachurchin.
By the way, you want to talk about your text to Dr. Chen and his assistant?
Yeah. So we're working on a text that is. It's compiled from a series of topics. Yeah, it's compiled from a series of topics that were taken from a book called The Brahmana Vartika by Master Dharmakirti.
Okay. From India.
Should I slow down for? I mean, do you want to translate?
They're translated from the other.
Oh yeah, and these topics particularly deal with how do we perceive objects in our world, like coffee cups or Adam, myself, my child, even. And these topics are generally given to junior monks, I'd say. Monks that are usually about 8 years old or so. 8 to 12,
15.
I think. 15.
When they start debating.
Yeah, so this is the text they pretty much have to memorize this before they walk onto the debate ground, I believe.
What's the point of studying this?
Well, the point of this is obviously to see emptiness directly.
You can see
because
emptiness.
if we misperceive our reality, and this is supposed to teach us how to perceive it correctly.
Yay, let's go fast. Okay. Kachinare, please read.
Kachignare,
This is called The Key to Emptiness. Okay, this book. And we've been working on it. We started working on it in 1985. Okay, it was handed to me by a monk who was dying. And it's the best book of its type. Okay, Kachinare.
Kachignare, Bompa Churchin, Kyo Yang Yen, Bompa Yembe, Shitumba Yapartao,
Pal?
Kyo Bompa Damin, Gawa Yembe, Cheersona.
Let's take something, let's consider coffee cup. There does exist one thing which is both a coffee cup and something which is a coffee cup.
Yeah, which is
There
both
does
it and also a coffee
exist
cup.
one thing which is a coffee cup and something which is a coffee cup. Okay, why? Because to be a coffee cup does not contradict coffee cup.
Yeah, because it's
Okay,
not
next.
contradictory with it.
My count, we say not necessarily so. Here we go, go.
Dana,
1262.
Dana, Bompadam, Bompa Niki, Shitumba Shitun Yaparta,
Yata,
Yata,
yata.
Bompa Yang Yen, Bompa Yempe Shitumba Yapacher.
Yeah, you must be saying there's one thing, which is both a coffee cup and a coffee cup. Why? Because according to you, there's one thing, because there's one thing which is both a coffee cup and a coffee cup, because you said something which is a cup. If something is a coffee cup, it is that which is a coffee cup. So coffee cup, is there one thing which is both a coffee cup and a coffee cup? Is there?
Yeah.
No, then they'd have to be separate. Got it? Okay.
I think that in order
Is there
to have a relationship or have a be contradictory,
a shitin means there must be two qualities, there must be two objects.
There's one thing which is both.
You can't say one thing is both a coffee cup and a coffee cup. Nick is both Nick and Nick is also Nick.
One thing is a coffee cup and one thing is that which is a coffee cup, which you did.
Yeah, but we didn't accept it. Okay. Okay. Dana, go.
Dana, Bompadam, Bompa Ni Church, and Kyo Shitum Mebartao, Kyo Chick Imager.
Yeah, there it is. Let's consider.
Let's consider the two of a coffee cup and a or a coffee cup and a coffee cup.
Kyokushita Mata
It is so the case that there is no one thing which is both.
because it's one thing. Okay, there's not two things which are both because it's one thing. You ready? Are you almost ready? Let's slow down a bit. You okay with that? There is one thing.
What's wrong with reality?
Can there be one thing? Where's Katie?
This is in the
Where'd
other,
Katie
this is in
go?
the room.
You gotta bring Katie in. Is there one thing which is both a coffee cup and a coffee cup?
Okay.
Yes or no? Don't say okay. Is there one thing which is both a coffee cup and a coffee cup?
No, because it's singular.
Oh,
Yes.
why not?
Still won't say yes.
Because it's only one thing.
It's because in order to establish that there is something which is both things, those two things must be different.
Okay, one more sentence.
Oh yeah.
Makena. Just because there's not one thing which is both a coffee cup and a coffee cup doesn't mean that there can't be something which is a coffee cup and a coffee cup. Okay, Kavyarata. Yeah, in order for there to be one thing which is two things, there's gotta be
Two different things.
two things.
Separate.
Now, we started this book. I got this book in 1985, and you just witnessed the finishing of the first book of the translation 35 years later, right now. And we're gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to your book. Happy birthday
To you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lord. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you guys. Yeah. Keep working.
35 years old? It's supposed to
We started this book 35 years ago.
It's not polite to ask.
It's really cool, man. Yeah, it's really cool.
I mean, he's only 34, so. No, but he's been working on it for 3 years. And he just finished. And it will be the next book published in our series.
Maybe we could do outside. Sorry, thank you. Yeah.
So he had 2 babies this year.
Here, Dad.
And
She also would like to congratulate you on your achievement.
Katie's gonna, do the necessary
You want to hold it for a minute?
with the cake. Okay, now I suggest we don't stop because we still have some time. Okay? We're starting his second book. Okay? He will finish it in about 3 years. Okay? Here goes his second book. He's gonna do 4 books total before he's 50 years old. Okay? That's the plan. Okay, go. Stop looking at the cake. Look at the text. Good. Wait, let's cut that.
Yeah, I split it out in my version. Might be easier. You want to take it out? I can help you take it out too.
Now I'll maybe cut the twins.
Give me that. Messy thing. No, open this thing.
Read the text.
Kachignare.
Sensenki namsha. What's that?
Here begins the presentation of definitions and things to be defined.
Yeah, so we are going to study the science of defining something. How do you define things? Which is a very deep question. How do you define anything? Okay, that's called sensen. And it's going to take him a couple months or something. Here we go.
Kachignare. Dunche nupe ta yeche sum tangwa dunche nupe tsunja tseni yenla. Dunche nupe ta yeche sum ka jimbe tsena chir tsunja yimba. Rangi tsen shi tang drupa dunche nupa mayimbar gyurpe mayimbar gyurwe shingi tsunja mayimba da sumbo ten drimba yin serna.
Okay, explain the 3 parts of a typical text.
So we got Gok, Shak, Pong, Sum. So the 3 is, Shinluk Gokpa, Rangluk Shakpa, and Tupa Pongwa. The first, somebody comes and says something incorrect, or a series of things that are incorrect, and we blow them away. Yeah, totally.
Then the second part?
And the second part is Rangluk Shakpa, where we actually put down our own beliefs. Yeah.
And then third?
Tupapongwa. Tupapongwa is where they come back and say things which are incorrect. Again.
So this is the education system in the monastery. They don't, it's not like a Western university. They don't teach you what's correct. First they teach you what's wrong. And by doing that, they teach you the details, the subtle details. Okay? Cool? So for this whole class, for the rest of the class, we're having two things: cake and many wrong ideas. Okay? Cake and wrong ideas. Okay? By the other way. Okay? Here we go. So, say Daya, Chusum Tama, Zaya, Chusum Tama. The definition of anything must have three substantial parts. And anything you choose to define should have three less substantial parts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. It's okay. Yeah, we had this.
Yeah, we went through this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it that it came up before, or we get it from another text?
So here's the question. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
What's the definition of fire?
Hot and burning.
Hot and burning, right?
Yeah. So which more substantial?
What are you defining, and what are you defining it with? What are you defining?
Fire.
So that's a real thing, right? And then you're making a statement. Oh, fire is all the things that are hot and burning. You're making a statement.
Yes.
So the statement is kind of theoretical, right? It's a statement in words. You know, hot and fire. It's not going to burn you to say that, right?
No, right.
No, to say it is not going to burn you.
No, yeah.
That's true.
Okay? But the thing you're defining, if you touch the thing you're defining, that will burn you. Am I right? So it should be that the thing you're defining is more substantial, and the words you're using to define it are more theoretical.
Seems
Okay?
like.
But the definition of a definition is the substantial part. And the definition of what you define is the theoretical part.
Okay.
Okay, got it?
Yes.
So there are three substantial things that have to be there in a definition.
Okay.
And there are three theoretical things that have to be there in what you define. And that's the definition of a definition, and that's the definition of something you define. Okay? Got it? And it would seem it should be the other way around, but it's not.
Okay.
Why?
Because usually you think the thing that you're defining is going to be the more substantial thing.
Yeah, but why is the thing,
Because
why is the
rose by
definition,
name would smell just
why
as
is the
sweet.
definition more substantial?
Because
Because
it's the thing
in this
that has
case,
qualities.
Because of rose.
In
by
this
name,
case.
the name
That's
doesn't
because
burn
of
you,
qualities.
It's the hot that burns
the
you.
substance
And it's
burns
the,
you. The name doesn't.
and burning that burns you. It's not fire.
Right.
Yeah, but definitions are about, about semantic
Yeah,
representation.
yeah. So the definition should be theoretical, and the definition should be theoretical, and the thing should be the real thing. But it's opposite. It's the opposite. Why? It's the fire that burns you.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the heat and burning that's substantial,
Yeah. It's
and not
right.
fire, which is a concept. Got it?
Right.
Okay.
Shouldn't we say nominal, not theoretical?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Same.
Okay. Got it? No, I'm just trying to make it easier.
I think. I mean.
When it's not easy.
Right.
Okay, so Taya Chusum Tama, three qualities of three theoretical qualities. That thing which must have three theoretical qualities, what do you think? It's the definition of definition or the definition of what you're defining?
What you're defining.
What you're defining, because fire is a concept, okay? Then if I say three qualities which have a substantial existence, is that the definition of a definition, or is that the definition of what you're defining?
What you definition.
It's the definition of definition, because what you use to define something should be more concrete.
In this context.
Completely follows the
Yeah,
real
complete.
Okay. Okay.
Three qualities must be complete. Three qualities which are either nominal or concrete. Okay, roughly.
Okay.
Roughly. Okay. So now he's going to say something wrong about that.
Okay.
Okay, which is his job. Okay. Dunjin Nupa Daya Chusum Tawa. What's Dunjin Nupa?
Able to perform a
Mm-hmm.
function
Which is the definition of
or
A working thing.
A working thing, which in Sanskrit is.
Baba.
But what is it in Chinese, Stanley? Working thing. Working thing in Chinese, I don't know. Your way fa. Can it also mean all things? In general?
In general, yes.
Okay.
Last line of the Dhammakaya Sutra.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Duji Chunam Detata.
Yeah, they use this.
Okay, that makes sense. I think it's the Chunam.
Even in English,
I hope.
things sort of has this.
Chim's a chim. Okay, so the definition of working thing is that thing which can perform a function. But, you know, as we know, the Sanskrit is,
Existing thing.
which can mean,
Existence.
yes, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Existing thing. Okay, Chusim Tangwa,
Turn into that.
3 theoretical things must be complete.
Mm-hmm.
3 theoretical things must be complete. That's the definition of what you're defining with Dunjinupa. Okay?
Yes.
Dunjinupa Taya Chusim Tangwa. Denbei for $50.
Oh,
$50.
when we recount them, when we
Man, $50.
enumerate them.
Just shut up. $50. $50 to Abba's college fund. Dad just earned her $50. Good job. Good job, Dad.
Yeah.
Okay, if there's 3 qualities that define a thing, can you count them for me? Okay, Den. It doesn't mean pull or. Okay, here they are. Say that. Here are the 3, okay? Definition of a something to be defined.
Okay.
Definition of something to be defined. Shh.
You're okay.
Definition of something to be defined. Here, go. Come on, Dad.
Sorry.
Chirtsun Jayimba.
In general, it's something to be defined.
Right.
Okay.
And it must apply to the typical example.
Sinchi Tengdu. Yeah.
And there must be. Dunjin Nupa Mayimba Kirpe Shengi Sanja Mayimba? No, he's got it wrong.
It must be
Well, this is cut sheet.
not be something else that performs that same exact function.
Yeah,
If you just
something
took
like
out
that.
the ma.
Yeah, if you took a. Yeah. Let's go to the next one and we'll understand it. What's this called in translation theory?
Parish. Yeah.
Battle of the Bulge. Jump over the front lines.
This is the Battle of the
Don't worry
Bulge, the
about the
cake.
fight behind you. Now the fight's behind you. Okay. Okay, on now.
Ona kawache jem dunchen nupe tsunja yimbarta dunchen nupe takye chesum sangwa yimejer.
Let's take a coffee table. It must be the thing you're defining when you say it's capable of performing a function. Okay? Why? Because those 3 qualities are complete, which are theoretical, with regard to it
That which
is
is able
capable of performing a function.
Mhm.
Got it?
Okay. Wow.
Madrumna?
Madrubna kawache jen dunchen nupe takye chesum sangwa yimbarta dunchen nupe takye ki chesum ka yimejer.
Okay,
Chesum ka.
let's take a coffee table. It does too have complete in it the 3
qualities.
theoretical qualities of something which can perform a function, because it is all 3
Right.
of the theoretical things of that which can perform a function.
You see, it is a case where all 3
Yeah,
of the nominal
yeah,
qualities
it is.
exist.
It is all 3. Sumka. How do you say 3?
Sum,
The 3?
sum,
Third?
sampa,
All 3.
sumka.
Good. Okay, here we go. Madrumna.
Madrubna kawache chen dunchen nupe takye chesum sangwa yimbe sum ka yimbe yimbarta.
Yeah,
Cheer-
it is so case that a coffee table typifies
The three quality, yeah.
the three theoretical qualities of that which can perform a function, and then it's just an artificial device to bring you to those three.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the three. It's good to get you used to the taryo chisum sawa.
Yeah.
Okay, here they are. Chir.
Chir tsenja yimba yimba
By the way,
rang
there should have been.
tsenji. Nope. Never mind.
Yeah,
Never mind.
it would be more comfortable. I'm gonna say more comfortable.
Okay.
Comfortable with a deep. Okay.
Right.
Chir tsenja yimba, because he's counting three.
Oh,
Jenny.
right.
He's Jenny.
Yeah. Rang tenshin
Okay.
teng du, dungeon.
I think. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Chir tsenja yimba.
Chir tsenja yimba rang tsenshi teng du dropa dungeon nopa ma yimba gyurpe ma gyurwe shingi tsenja ma yimba dang sumbo de yimba kan shik kyo ki de tak ye chusum sa ye ki chusum ka trinbe tena de drambe chir.
Okay. Chir tsenja yimba
Oh, I see.
is a coffee table, something you can define.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Does it relate to?
Cheers, Sanjay.
I'm good saying she tended to.
Classical an example.
Is it the classic?
Does it
Oh.
apply to its classical example? I think he's messing up the difference between definition and definiendum. Okay. Okay. Anyway. It is not something which could be defined by any other statement than that thing which is not a functioning thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's messed them all up. Okay? By the way, if something is a definition, then it shouldn't apply to other objects. Okay? So that thing which is hot and burning shouldn't apply to water.
Ice.
Okay? That's all. He's messing them up.
What about?
He's mushing them up. Diyan Bakanshi. And when you counted the three Taya Chisam Sama, the three theoretical qualities that should be there, you counted these three. You counted all three of these. Okay. When we counted the three, this is what we counted, but it was wrong. Okay. All right. Let's go. Tak K. Okay, here we go. Don't worry. Just rejoice in the book you finished.
Yeah. Starting to get rough.
Don't worry about the book you didn't finish. Tak Tambo Maduna.
Tak tambo madrubna kawa churchin. Churchinja yamba rangitsen shi ten de drupa. Dunche nupama yamba gyur way shingitsenja ma yamba tang. Sumpo de yam te yamba tal. Churchinja yamba kan shik rangitsen shi ten de drup. Dunche nupama yamba gyur pe shingitsenja ma yamba chur.
Okay, Tak Tambo Maduna. If you don't accept the first reason, then let's take a coffee table. Is it something you can define?
It is.
First of all, can you define a coffee table?
You can.
Okay, yeah. And what's the definition of kawa?
Supports. And
Something like dungshin tek by dungshin nupa. It can hold up and
act as a support.
it can push up and support the roof.
Well, something.
Kawa has a definition in the scriptures.
Right.
Okay, so generally, is coffee table something you can define? Yes or no?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. Does it apply to a typical example like this coffee table?
Sure it does.
Yeah. Can the definition of it apply to other things? Can the definition
No.
of a coffee table apply to other things?
It should.
No, it's not supposed to. Okay. And then it is to those three, because generally it is a coffee table, generally speaking, something that you have to define. Yeah. Does it apply? Does that definition apply to a typical example? Yeah. Yeah. And can the definition of a coffee table apply to things which are not a coffee table?
Nope.
No. Okay. That's all. Then we
Except
go
for that
through them
picture you
one
sent
by
me.
one. It's awful quiet in this room. I think the cake made people quiet.
Tom ma drup na kawa churchin churchinja yamba tao kikitini ya becher.
Yeah, so he's going to go through the Diachism Sawa. He's going to go through the 3 parts of the definition one by one and just double, what do you call it?
Double down?
Confirm it? Double check? Okay, recheck. Okay. Let's take a coffee table. Is it something in general that you can define?
Sure.
Why?
Because it's a working thing.
Because it has a definition. Okay, got it? I'll say it again. Is coffee table something you can define?
It is.
Because its definition
Why?
is something that exists.
Because it has a definition. Okay.
Great.
If it has a definition, you must be able to define it. That's all. Okay? Here we go.
Der ta dong ta kitan che nupa te becher.
This is wrong. And it's so subtle
Rutak no.
that you'd have to be really cool to get figured out.
Tech dung tech.
Nice.
I'll bet you. It was Dungteng. Okay. That's how.
Oh yeah.
It does to
That is the
perform a
definition.
function. Sorry.
Stand to
It
hold
does
up
too
and-
have a definition.
Totally.
Because the definition of a pillar
Yeah. There it is.
is that thing which is capable of performing the function of holding up a beam. Okay? Tek. What's the famous word that comes from tek?
Tekchenpo.
Yeah, tek chen. Yana. Mahayana. Hinayana. That can support, can hold the big load or can hold up the little load. So here's the old verb.
That's not spelled the same, right? It's like T.
Dak is wrong. Oh no, that's tek, second column.
Yeah, right. Okay.
This is the act chepapongo suyupa. It's holding up the roof. Okay, tekpa. Okay. But the word for yana in Tibetan comes from this. So it doesn't refer to vehicle. It refers to vehicular capacity. Very famous Rochism.
Oh.
Okay. All right. It doesn't mean a cart or a wagon or something like that. It means how much can you carry. Okay. That's the meaning of yana.
It's like a bike or
Yay.
a 4-wheel drive or.
So I like to let's do a special coffee meditation when we do this one, okay?
Yeah.
And just be happy that he finished his text. There are books in the Tengyur which stop in the middle of a sentence. Why?
They died.
The person died. He's like, and the great thing is nobody died yet during this book, and we finished it. And it's not easy because it's so important that you will get easily obstacles, big obstacles. So to work for 3 years on a book and to finish it is a very rare thing. Many people have not accomplished it. I have not accomplished it with many people. And it's a big thing. So please rejoice and be happy for Adam. And slap him on the back or the head when you see him. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. Sangye or Sashi Puki Jushin Meto Tra Jira Lingshi Ninde Gyampa Sangye Shindu Mikte Uwagi Drukun Namdak Shinga Druparsho Ram Guru Ratna Mandala Kamne Yatayami Gewa Di Kewokun Sunam Yeshe Tsokzokshin Sunam Yeshe Lejungwe Damba Kunyi Toparsho. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're about to discover that it's a lot harder to edit a book than to translate it. That's good, Paula.
Has a lot
I'll
of
help.
indentation.
Yeah, totally.
Font changes.
Your book has the most white space of all the books.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be able to be back in that one? That's all we can they have it times two tests. Two at the same time. But they're the three best students.
Wow.
I'll be back.
No, I'm a professor.
The,
I don't have to take the test.
Oh, is that what's happening now?
There's just three guys that put it on Thursday.
We are going to slow down for test and then we'll try to continue 1 hour.
Okay.
The meeting doesn't start to 11.
That's what I understand. Yeah.
We'll get it down.
But we only have one more class here, right?
Yeah, you have 1 hour in between. But we can
Before the meeting? Oh. What are they going to do for an hour?
maybe we can pass the time. You can start it.
Okay. Can you ask them if they want to eat something at noon and we can arrange that? They offered to go get it. Vimla, can you ask them, do they want to eat? At noon, at noon. Or now.
Or in an hour.
Cool.
That's exciting. Okay, later.
So I want to stick to the plan at 11.
I mean, for me, if we can start earlier, it's better for me.
It's about
Thank you, yes.
Tim? Oh, ask them.
I know, who is in the meeting?
I guess it's Jasmine, Tim, John, and you and Stanley.
Because
We can ask you.
Ask JB. I wrote Scott Reed to release him early, so let's see.
so you want to do it?
Well, I don't want to sit around for an hour. I have stuff to do. What?
For you and Veronica.
Yay.
These are rose petals from our Yogini altar.
Who's Virginia?
Oh, at Diamond Mountain.
You mean the main altar?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're all pressed. They need to have a heavy book put on top
We'll
of
use
them.
them today. We're giving initiation tomorrow.
Oh, okay. And then here's a little
She loves
pouch
that.
with
What's her name?
rose petals in there, and a bigger one with rose petals
Who's
in there.
that?
Same way, Frida.
Frida Kahlo. Cool, thank
So if
you.
you put a heavy book on top, this will be shot. But you can use them too, of course.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Lama.
Well, welcome to Trend Center.
Thank you. Nice
That was a big moment to be here.
Thank you.
To be here when we finish a book. That's a big
It was an honor. Had to finish the floor in the Llama House before I could come up, though. It was very fun.
What'd you finish? Like sanding it, or
Huh?
you sanded it, or
We
what?
sanded it and then put polyurethane on it.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, I'm so
I haven't
happy.
been in there in the longest
I
time.
can't tell you how happy I am. I was remembering the first time we were teaching in that room as we were
I
sanding.
can't remember. I don't remember. That's where we had the first teachings, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
That place has a lot of history.
it sure does.
Anyway, I'm happy you're there. It's going to help us keep the place
I'm so happy to be
in
there.
one piece.
My Lori Post was there. Thank you.
He's almost finished with his book also. Very close.
Yeah, enjoy you live broadcasting.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, Scotty. Hi.
Oh, yeah. I don't know when. I'll see.
That's nice.
B wants to see, right? She needs help. Really? Okay. Thanks for helping. Thanks for coming. It's good to see you. Don't forget, did you get my schedule?
Tim's
Okay, I'm going to be tough with you. Okay, let me know. But you guys got to take responsibility. I can't chase you. Because we're possibly building 10 columns. I mean, I'm busy.
It'll happen.
You guys got to do it. Jeff, do it.
Sometimes you have to.
Tim can help me print stuff if nobody else can.
You have to like make a copy of it into your computer. I don't know, weird stuff happens. Sometimes when Geshe Michael sends me,
I mean,
try making a copy of it. I haven't tried because I'm just right now we're using an older version. Let me try.
Cyril's printer. He can print them anyway. He does that kind of stuff.
some of it.
I don't mind.
I mean, it could be like a